Today is embarkation day. We're off to join the Resilient Lady cruise ship. We are boarding from here in San Juan. We are off to the Pan American Pier in just a little bit, so we just need to get our cases packed and then head over and drop off our bags. They also have a free complimentary bus to and from Old San Juan. So our plan is that we are going to drop our cases off, head to Old San Juan, have a little wander around, perhaps get a little bit of lunch, get back to the cruise port and get on the ship. After that, I'm going to have a little wander around, give you a very quick first view of the ship and of our cabin, and then hopefully film a little bit of the sailaway. I'm really looking forward to that bit. Goodbye to our little Airbnb in San Juan, and on with the cruise. We've dropped off our cases and we are now on the transfer bus to go back to Old San Juan. Really disappointing experience so far. The first step was handing our cases to the baggage handler. Now, despite this being billed as a no tipping cruise, the first conversation we had with a human being for the cruise was them asking for a tip. So that was a little bit weird considering we didn't have any cash. On the plus side, that means at least things can only get better. Another little thumbs down for Virgin. You need to use the app on your phone to get on the ship. However, they had no Wi-Fi there, so you couldn't load up the app without the Wi-Fi and you couldn't show your ticket without the app, which meant that we had a real stress trying to get through the first step. So yeah, thumbs down to Virgin for that. We're finally on the ship. Here we are in the elevator going up to our floor. Let's start by testing the wireless key fob. The first impression is the room looks simply yet nice with a slightly camp but cute nautical styling. Also, it looks like we've got an exciting free gift on the table. Right, time for a quick tour of the toilets. There's a toilet and some towels and a sink and a shower, and I think I need a wider angle camera. And now out to the balcony, have a little look at this. Going outside, nice view of the sea, some seats, and all aboard. So as I say, the check-in system was absolutely abysmal. You needed internet connection to be able to show your ticket, but there was no internet connection and no way of showing the ticket without the internet and no way of getting the internet without getting on the ship. So that was generally a complete and utter mess. That said, we managed to get on the ship okay. We've got our little wristbands. I tried to put mine on but couldn't quite work it out, so that's my next job, to work out how to tie the thing around my wrist. There's a little NFC chip inside it which you use to open and close your cabin, and apparently use it to sort of pay for your drinks and to use it to get on and off the ship and all of that sort of thing. We went up in the lift, we found our cabin okay. One of the cases is here, another isn't, so hopefully that'll be arriving fairly soon. We had a little look around the cabin itself. It's about the same size as the cabin I used to have when I was working as crew. The only difference being that it has a balcony. Wasn't surprising I didn't have a balcony when I was a ship doctor, because my cabin was right at the water level alongside the medical centre, so I might have ended up with wet feet if it did have a balcony. Interestingly, if anyone wants to know, the medical centre is generally the most stable point of the ship. It's usually placed pretty close to the centre of gravity of the whole ship, so if anyone gets seasick, heading towards the medical centre is one of the places to reduce the symptoms most of all, and if that doesn't work they could probably give you an injection of something to fix it. There's a few assorted goodies inside the ship. Most of them you have to pay for, but we do get free water, and we got a little Christmas decoration which I will show you in a moment. We got some cute little face cloths sitting in the bathroom. Remember, they call them bathrooms here. You can't say toilet because it's apparently a rude word. And perhaps most exciting of all, I've got a little hammock chair to sit out in. So anyway, a little bit of luxury sitting here on the hammock, and now let me just quickly show you around the cabin. First of all, inside the cabin we have a little tablet which controls everything, although it won't let us use anything until we watch the safety video first. Okay, that was impressive. I pressed the button on the tablet and it came on the television. Unfortunately, that was a little bit unwatchable, or it was very watchable, but not particularly useful because it was just funky rather than informative. I think I might as well show you some of the key features of the room. We have some complimentary water, a telephone, and a little octopus, and a little bottle opener / corkscrew, which you can purchase. There's a couple of pictures on the wall, and a mirror. There's a bed which is absolutely rock hard, so Tamsin's already asked for a mattress topper. There's a weird little cushion with a mobile table on it. On either side of the bed there is a US style plug socket. There is also a couple of USB ports on each one. Unfortunately, they're the old style USB ports, which nobody really uses anymore, so I don't think they'll be particularly useful. There's a teensy weensy little cupboard with drawers and a safe, and the ever important life vests, and a little wardrobe area. Inside the shower room there's tissues and some hand towels and some glasses, and a little vomit bowl, and a bath mat, and some spare toilet paper. Then inside the shower there's a nice simple selection of shampoo, conditioner and body wash, and a basic looking hand shower thingy, whatever they're called, and a nice waterfall type shower head above. Our muster drill is in about half an hour, so we're going to have a little wander and then join that.
Checking in at your assembly station is required by international law to ensure you know where to go and what to do in the unlikely event of an emergency.
So, true embarkation day cliche. Everyone's wandering around looking a little bit lost, including us. Anyway, Tamsin's just turned to me and said, "Lick me till I scream?" And I said, "Okay, that sounds great." So here we go. Cute little lounge here. In fact, it's generally quite pretty everywhere. Just going past a little pastry store. They look like they do coffee too, so I could do with that. There's a fantastic old-fashioned casino, and apparently all the games are free to play. They've got everything from Space Invaders, Tetris, Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong. I think that might be Space Invaders. Then they've got an X-Men game and two-player Pac-Man. Let's have a go at this. Tamsin the Pac-Man champion. Game over. We're a little bit lost trying to find our muster station now. We're looking for section D, but half the ship is closed off on either side, mainly because of walls, not like anything's broken or anything, just the way it's laid out. So, bit of a labyrinth. I'm sure we'll get used to it in the next few days. Amusingly, the muster stations jump straight from C7 to E7. So here, right at the very front of the ship on deck 7, there is a theatre area called the Red Room. Really strange, there's a lot more floor space than there seems to be seating, although I'm looking down and it looks like maybe there's some extra seating that pulls out. Looks like they've got some sort of theatre performance show on here, like acrobatics or something, so I'll have to check what the agenda is. It should be in the app, which is now up and running. So I will try and find out what that is, and hopefully we'll get to go and see a show in here. Behind me is the luxury area where I would quite like to sit. There's so many really nice seeming bar areas to sit, so I'm quite looking forward to relaxing in one of those, perhaps with my book and a drink. Or perhaps making conversation. We're now in the shopping area though. All the shops are closed because we're still in port. They even have a tattoo parlour here. I must say, getting a tattoo on a cruise holiday does seem like a really unwise decision to me, but it's not me getting the tattoo. Or if getting a haircut's more your cup of tea, you could try the dry dock. So this is the guest services area. Now, when I was working on the ships, there was always a huge queue on embarkation day, as is obviously the case today. Usually people complaining that they asked for a 2-bedded cabin and they got a 2-bedded cabin, whereas actually they wanted a 6-bedded suite, or people wanting to get the gratuities removed from their bill before they even started. Usually the Brits, actually, we weren't very good tippers. What they didn't realise was actually a lot of the staff in the ship that I worked on didn't get paid if the tips were taken away, which was quite sad. So the tips were quite important to them. However, Virgin does have a tip-free system, so in theory, everyone should get well paid. Whether or not that's actually the case, I have no idea. And then deck 4, down to the medical centre. Just want to have a little nosy. Okay, too many people embarking to have a little look around, and I think it was crew areas on either side, so probably a different stairwell for the medical centre.
Please make your way to your assembly station. I've shown back in the cabin door or in Virgin Voyages app. Before you check in, press play.
We got distracted by the galley, we fancied a drink, and then Tamsin fancied a bit of melon, and then one thing led to another, and I appear to have ended up with a slice of avocado toast. Delicious. A few hours later, we finally feel like we're properly fully boarded. We've finally got our second case. Now, it got confiscated by the security. Apparently, they were worried that it was a thermonuclear device which I was trying to smuggle on board, so I had to take it out carefully and show them that their lives were not at risk. So we now have both of the cases up to the room and we're unpacked fully, and we can start charging things. It's actually surprisingly terrifying, the thought of not being able to charge up your mobile phone, which is a slightly depressing sign of the 20th century. Is that the 21st century? I get a bit confused about that kind of thing. The time is 6:22, all aboard time is 7 o'clock, and sail away is 8 o'clock. There is free champagne upstairs at the sail away party, so our next priority is to go upstairs and have free champagne, and perhaps some proper dinner as well, although I'm not particularly hungry after my slice of avocado toast, surprisingly. We've just popped out quickly for our dinner before the sail away party, and I have got myself a mini sushi box. Sushi and chocolatey pudding. For the record, it's not the most beautiful looking sushi in the world, but it is really tasty. So, the sail away party, we missed it. People were starting to get partying before we were going for our dinner. At least we thought they were starting, but actually they were finishing up. We've not sailed yet, so top 2 tips. Firstly, if it looks like a party is just about to get going, it's probably finishing. And secondarily, don't expect the sail away party to actually be at sail away. Anyway, we're going to wait up here for another hour now and see the actual sail away. They're taking in the mooring line, so we're getting ready to go. Well, we're trying to find somewhere good to watch the sail away, and I think I found the perfect place. There's a cargo net here which goes right the way out over the sea, so slightly terrifying. I'm going to try and step down. Oh, it's reasonably strong. I'm going to walk across. It hurts my feet. So the view from up here is spectacular. And lying down, it doesn't hurt my feet as much. Yeah, definitely recommend this. If I sneezed, it would go on someone's head. The view is amazing. So if you don't mind a tiny little pane and some ropes, then this is the place to be at the start of the cruise. I'm just looking down. The mooring lines are being cast away, and
I guess that means that we are about to go. Looking at my watch, I've realised that actually my watch is the tag that opens the doors. But looking at a clock, we should be leaving in about a minute or two. So off we go. Don't know if you can see, but just in the left-hand corner of the screen, the engines are just starting up. And you can see the ship starting to move. And that, people, was a perfect sail away. So we are now running down to the theatre just to catch a drag show.
And so the Earth begins.
We are now in the cabaret lounge called the Manor. Really spectacular on the way in, very glitzy mirrored corridor. We're watching a show called Around the World in 80 Minutes with the Diva, which we're really looking forward to. It's kind of a drag cabaret show, so really excited about that. Let's see how it is.
Please welcome to the stage, multi-time participation trophy winning drag entertainer. Give it up for the Diva. I'm coming now. We'll think I lay down and die.
And we are back to our cabin. The show was okay. A few people left midway through. For tonight though, I think I'm funned out. That's good night from me.